Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Land, and thank you for joining me today in my series, Ask Joseph Land. And many of you have sent in questions this week, and I'm going to answer those, and I hope it's an encouragement to you. And thank you for those questions. And before we start, if you would go down below and hit the like button and subscribe, and you would be notified when we do these series, and you can share them with your friends and family. We would really appreciate it. So let's get started today. Dale asked me, what should an entrepreneur do when they're stuck? And I addressed that a little bit last week, and I'll go with that question a little bit more today. When I feel like that I'm not getting to where I want to go with my plan, I stop and I analyze personally. I examine myself personally. It's called self-examination. And I look at everything I'm doing, especially my discipline. And if there's something within the discipline that I'm doing that causes me to be stuck, then I change the discipline. For instance, the time I wake up, the time I go to sleep, the plan I have for the day. A lot of people wake up to go to their business the next day and they have no plan. And certainly that'll keep you stuck, and that'll keep you from not accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So again, Adele, thank you for that question. And so what I do is I just do a complete self-examination when I feel like I'm stuck, or when I feel like I'm not surging ahead like I'd like to do. And certainly we all have those periods. I look at my daily discipline, and it will always define to you, what you need to do to correct it. And the main thing is just be encouraged and, be your best you. So Victor asked me this question, which is advisable, having multiple businesses or focusing on one business? And that's a great question, Victor. I think starting out, if you're just starting out, you need to really focus on one business. You need to focus on being the best you can be with that business and operating that business. And as you become successful, you should be able to take the proceeds of your labor, the profits, and invest them in other things where you can passively be an investor in something really good that returns a good return for you. And that's called residual income. And so it might be a house that you buy and fix up and rent to someone. It might be an investment or business that you invest in that pays you monthly. I don't know what it is, but my advice to you, Victor, and all of you who are listening is, you can be a jack of all trades and a master of none. When I get focused on a business, I stay within that discipline of that business, and I work with everything within me to make that business successful and to make my dream come true with that business. And so that's a great question. And a lot of people, you see, they're helter-skelter, they're doing this and doing that, and, they're not having great success at anything. And so I think what you want to do is position yourself. Business, I think, is about positioning, and so is life. And I think you position yourself for success by taking the idea that's been put in your heart, the dream in your heart, being very successful with it, and then looking for other things to diversify in that produce income back to you as well. So that's a great question, Victor. David asked me this question. Now, this is an excellent question. I want you to really take this to heart. Should I save my money? Should I pay off my debt? Or should I invest my money? And my answer is yes, all three. So it's amazing when you look at the average person, the amount of savings they have is very minimal. And, if something happened and you couldn't go to work, or you couldn't earn income, could you live a year without earning any income? And so that's a question you should ask yourself. But my thing is pay off debt. I think personal debt keeps people in bondage. I've certainly been there before, and it's not enjoyable. It's not comfortable. Your life is miserable when you owe a lot of personal debt. And if you look at credit card debt, oh my goodness, I mean, people are getting charged, 25, 26, 28% interest. And if you need to use a credit card, use it and pay it off the next month. But my thing is I use a debit card most of the time, and because I'm spending my money. I'm not borrowing from somebody else at 28% interest to get something that I probably don't need anyway. And so when you're spending your money out of your debit card account, you're more careful with what you're spending as well. And so let's talk about debt a little bit more. If you're one of those people that I hear about all the time, and I have a lot of people asking me this, how do I get out of financial debt with my credit cards? Hey, I had someone tell me they had 5 credit cards and they owed like $100,000 on credit cards. And I said, simply start paying off one and, continuing to pay what you're paying on the other ones. And then once you get the one paid off, take what you were paying for the first card and apply it to the second one. And so you're paying more on the second one now. And then when you get the second one paid off, pay the third and so forth. And that's called double declining, paying the debt off. And so I think that will work. But, again, personal debt is a curse. There's good debt and bad debt. We discussed that several weeks ago. But debt on a business, I think, is good, but too much personal debt just to buy things that you don't really need. I heard someone say, spending money on a credit card and running up debt to buy things to impress people who really don't want to be impressed by us anyway is not a good idea. And so the third part of the question was, invest my money or should I invest my money? And just like I was saying before, invest in things that pay you a return, and or save your money. Put your money somewhere in a money market account, or put your money in, mutual funds or somewhere that makes a great return for you. I know other funds that are available where there are real estate funds that people invest in and they get a handsome return, and multifamily, deals, things of that nature. And the company that handles the investments does all the work for you. So those are all great investments to make. But the question was, should I save my money, pay off my debt, or invest my money? And the answer is yes. Do it all. But get out of debt and don't be in bondage to anyone. And then save your money, invest your money, and grow your money so that you have something one day when you're ready to not work as hard. So thanks for joining me today. It's great to answer those questions. I really appreciate it. And it's great to hear from you guys every week. And we'll see you next week right here on Ask Joseph Land. Thank you so much.